Good morning, everyone. Um, Today is the 11th day already. So today we're going to look at the vegan lifestyle from another perspective than food. That it is more than food, because often it is seen as diet. We often say the vegan diet, but it is much more than food, and in so many ways. So it's like it's how we dress, what we consume, how we speak, and what we choose every day. So in this presentation we will explore some of the full spectrum of the vegan living, how compassion can extend behind the plate, so that it includes everything, which is why it's called the vegan lifestyle. It's not a vegan diet. I mean, vegan diet is part of the vegan lifestyle, but it's not the only thing. It is just part of it. Sometimes we say veganism, sometimes we say vegan lifestyle. Okay, that is just the term. But it's really lifestyle. If you want only to include like the diet part, we can say the plant-based diet. But of course, the diet is the one of the main part of it, because what we eat is, it's really the most one of the biggest aspect of it, or at least the most visible, but not the only one. That is very, very important to understand. That it is just, not just, it's a philosophy of non-violence and of kindness and conscious living. And that is super important, because then it shows that it's all about kindness. Doesn't matter what we do. That's why it's so awesome, because it's not just about what we eat. It's being kind to in every situation, as much as possible and practicable, of course. So it's it's a moral and ethical stand that we avoid exploitation of animals and of people, of course. Peoples are animals, one species of animal, as far as is possible and practicable. So it's rooted in the principle that animals deserve to live free from unnecessary suffering and harm. So it asks us to always to reflect and pause. Whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever we consume, whatever we buy, is this necessary, and who is armed? We rarely think about it, basically never. When we eat, what really goes behind the scene, and that's an issue. It's like if when we consume like an animal products, we don't really want even to think about the pain and suffering that goes behind this piece of meat or milk or cheese, or honey or egg or fish. We just want to quotation enjoy whatever we eat, and we really any part of pain, we try to like close our eyes and not look at it. So what? Sorry. What the vegan lifestyle presents is a way to open our eyes to compassion, to reality, basically. And once we open our eyes to the reality of the suffering of beings, which we ourselves don't want to hurt. I mean, no one wants to hurt. Almost no one wants to hurt animals. Most of us are not hunters. Um, we if we would have to hunt to eat, um, almost no one would do it. Because we all have kind hearts, but we forget about it. We are so used to society's norms. Because we are born in this world. This world is not a vegan world by far. And yeah, and until we are awakened to reality, we will be in this. We will be basically consuming whatever everyone is consuming. And yes, and that's a pity. Um, that is, I mean, it's like we are born into ignorance, one could say, until we are awakened. Like almost all of us, like me included. Um, take some time, take someone to open our eyes often by what we see. Maybe we read in a book or we heard someone talk about it, and then it ignites something in us that oh, indeed, that is something that I never thought about, and so true. But until that happens, we are in this world and living not necessarily in a way in accord with our own values. And then when we start to understand it, then our heart opens up because we really truly understand the ethical aspect of it, and there is no going back. Once the ethical part of it kicks in, then that's it. Normally, usually, one cannot go back to the way it was before. It's no longer possible to close our eyes, and that's a good thing. There are um, many different aspects, and one of the aspects, different aspect of the vegan lifestyle. Not so there's the food, but then now there is the what we wear. What we wear does matter. So there are many material in fashion that comes out of the either say like a byproduct of the animal agriculture, or if I don't really like the term byproduct. Sometimes it's not. I mean, often it's not a byproduct, but they work closely with the meat industry and all those industries in order to extend the animals like monetary value, one could say. So there's leather, of course. That's the animal's skin. So for some reason, people like animal skin, like leather. I don't think I was ever a fan of it. I don't know. It's just feels cold to me. But okay, some people enjoy that. Then there's all wool coming from sheeps, and actually it's not innocent wool. It's like the farmers, they have to shear the sheeps, and often it hurts them a lot. It makes there's a cuts them, and yeah, so that's an issue. There's fur, of course, and for some reason it's like became a luxury item. I don't know why people like to wear like fox's tail or whatever. And it's often it will be more expensive, and it comes from well, trapped or farmed animals. We just trap them in order to skin them. So we see there are many beautiful animals that are caged and then killed just for wearing some item for our own so-called enjoyment. But this is we are stealing what belongs to the animals. This does not belong all to us. The fur is their own coat against the code. That's not ours. We can have many other way of materials like cotton or whatever other material we can have. We don't really need all those. This is just fashion, like a fashion statement that we wear fur. For some reason, that's like a high end. Nowadays, it becomes a bit less. So the fur industry, I think, lessens. I hope at least it's more widespread about what's happening. But I'm quite sure it's not yet over. People still close their eyes to it. So let's open our eyes. Then there is a silk. And yeah, silk comes from a worm, silkworms, and it's again it's a human's idea, and then we abuse those animals, those beautiful animals, just for extracting silk, and we don't think about again the pain that goes in making those materials. We just like the finishing touch, but the silk also belong to the silkworms. And finally, also the feathers from beautiful birds. Yeah, same thing. And even there are some like sports, badminton, I believe, that has features in the shuttlecock. I think that they used to play. So I think those are considered the high end of the for the badminton. For some reason, humans always find a way to use or abuse of nature and the animals. So yeah, so the vegan lifestyle extends so beyond the food to the materials that we wear against our skin every day. So we can use so there are many cruelty-free plant-based materials, and some really good, great entrepreneur. They they start to use different types of materials like cotton, hemp, bamboo, recycled polyester, and even things like instead of leather, there's a way to make it similar to leather, but not leather, and that is much more in line with our kindness. Yes, so and then there are some. So another aspect of veganism is everything that is related to all the animal tested products. So vegan lifestyle will avoid as much as possible cosmetics and household products which have been tested on animals. So the great thing nowadays is that it is written like vegan and cruelty free or non-tested on animals, which is great. We don't need to test on animals. There are other ways to test it, and the tests are just horrible. And yeah, they are painful procedures on different animals like rabbits, mice, even dogs. So yeah, and they are cool and scientifically outdated. And many of the everyday products contain hidden animal ingredients, like some from sheep, or from crushed insects, or like from animal bones, like gelatin. Gelatin is a very big one. So when we eat like many sweets, unfortunately contain gelatin for some reason, which is just crushed bones and I think ligaments and so many things, and then boiled and it becomes something like that is called gelatin. Um, but but we can so easily avoid gelatin, so we really should. When we buy like sweets, we should really think, look at what we buy and make sure that it is like a vegan sweets. Make sure that the gelatin is plant-based gelatin. Often in organic shops, there will be vegan sweets, and that's what I remarked. And often in non-organic shop, then they will use gelatin. But of course, they can use gelatin everywhere. So yeah, we don't want our children to eat those. I mean, those are just mind-boggling, terrible. But we don't think about it really when we buy sweets. It comes in other places than sweets, I believe, but sweets are the most where it's most used, I think. And then there's other products like soaps and shampoos, and they contain animal fats or glycerin. There's makeup that contain like beeswax and different ingredients that comes from animals, and other things that we used that have been either tested on animals or contain animal-derived ingredients. So yes, so every choice matters. When we really live the vegan lifestyle, we try to be as mindful of what we buy and always buy cruelty-free products, and that is much better for all, for the animals, for the planet, for ourselves. And it is so easy. We just need to be more mindful, not just buy things because maybe they look nice, even smell nice, but really look at the ingredients, check for that is the mark vegan and cruelty free. Um, and it's great that there is this stamp of cruelty free products. Then we really know what to buy and what not to buy. We can like ban from our own choices all the companies that test on animals, all the companies that use gelatin, animals gelatin, and other ingredients. Um, yeah, it's a choice. It's a smart choice. It's the kind choice. Unfortunately, it is a personal choice in this world, because all products exist, those with animals and also without animals. So we should be smart and kind to in our choices. Yeah, and then another aspect of it is so-called entertainment. So it's choosing an empathy over exploitation is extremely important. It makes us rethink what our relationship to um, do what we see like with animals, because animals are used often for profit and human amusement, like in zoos and aquariums. And animals are not made to live in captivity. Um, it's often they live in small cages or small places, or in aquariums they just have like one one cage, big cage of water basically, where they can swim but they cannot really live freely. Um, so many um, like dolphins, I think orcas in the past. I'm not sure if orcas still exist, but they lived in aquariums, and that is not right. So either we kill them for their food, we destroy their habitats, or we put them in aquariums just for our own amusement um, and benefit and monetary benefit. Um, and then there's like circuses, which are training wild animals, and they use fear and physical punishment when they don't do what they are told to do. And then we see a lot like elephants, lions, tigers, um, who are so-called being there without their against their will, just for our amusement, and they're in small cages. Then the persons with um, like how do you call it? I don't know. Like um, intimidate them. Um, and yeah, for what? For our own pleasure. Um, just to see wild animals do some tricks, but that is not what they want to do. That's not what they do in nature. This is just our own selfish reasons. So maybe we should open our eyes to all that. And circuses would be wonderful if they would not use animals. Then one can see acrobats and juggling and other wonderful things, which is an art, would be an art. But as soon as animals exploitation comes in place, then it loses all its attraction and becomes just an exploitation of other beings. Then there is racing, like horses and dogs racing that we often see. Also in movies, we often see horses racing, and it's like completely normal. It normalizes, but actually it's not normal. Horses face a lot of injuries and exploitations, and dogs too, when they do those kind of things. And when a horse becomes injured, then the horse will, I believe, often be sold for meat. So yes, we also eat horses. So I think I was shocked one day when I saw in the supermarket like horse meat. But yeah, well, it's like seeing like dog meat. We do not think that's possible. In some countries they do eat dogs, but I mean it should not be really shocked because it's basically the same as what we do in the West with cows and pigs and all the animals, sheep, rabbits, horses too. And yes, in performances, that's what we said, like different animals for shows. And that's why we should appreciate the animals for what they are, for beautiful beings that are very smart, very wise. Unfortunately, they cannot protect themselves. They don't have the means to protect themselves. They are very innocent. And we should protect them. Mankind should protect animals and not exploit them. That's what the meanings of dominion means. It's not dominion doesn't mean to dominate. Not in this context. Dominion means we are there to serve the nature, to serve, to be kings and queens to nature, to animals, and to help them, build them shelters, give them food, restore their habitat. That's what we are supposed to do. That's what is our main like job. One of the main job in this world. We don't do a very good job with that for the moment. I hope it will change soon. I'm sure there will be change, many changes, even if we don't have choice anymore. But yeah, people start to wake up, which is wonderful, and that's why there are many like revolutions about that. There's a bit from circuses, I think, use way less animals, or even some places it's no longer even allowed, legal. So that's another point, is that we should also have a legal aspect of it. Animals should receive rights like humans. I dream of the day when it will be like a law, animals equal humans, or humans equal animals, and like it would be a supreme law that for humanity, where the animals will be considered as much as humans, and then will be protected and everything. That would be an ideal world, and a wonderful world. I saw lately the movies Wicked and Wicked for Good, which is a really it's like a wonderful movies, because it's one of the rare movies that is pro animals, that tries to consider animals like humans. It's quite amazing. There are very few movies like that, and both leads, actresses are vegans, which is quite unbelievable and wonderful. And and they influence everybody. So with their kindness, and they gave a wonderful show. So yeah, those two movies are really Nice. It's a change from normal movies which don't care about animals. Here, it's animals are at the center. I will not tell the story because I don't want anyone who still wants to see this movie. I don't want to spoil, to like give spoilers. But yeah, it's great movies about differences also. How like someone who looks different is treated differently just because of their look or their color of the skin, um, and that is very wrong. Then there's also how we speak is also very important. There's the language awareness of how we use our language, so it should be um, in a very kind way, in a very respectful way. I think a great vegan activist called Colleen Patrick Goutreau, I think she calls it animology, which is the like the way we say words in a way that is not correct, or the way that we should speak. Like often we say for animals it instead of they or he or she. Like yeah, all of them. Like if we say if we eat a fish, then we say it tasted good. We will not say he or she tasted good. You will never hear that, but it is a he or a she. So so it's not it, it's he or she. So the it is a person, is a people, is a beautiful living animal. You should not say it. It is the animal, the fish, any animal is. I mean, they are he or she, not it, and they. Um, so acknowledge that yeah, animals are individuals with personalities. They are not objects. Yeah, and also meat. When we eat meat and we say it's very good, we will say it tasted good, but we will never say he or she tasted good. It's kind of it's interesting way how we think, how we talk, and the way we talk also reflects how we behave, and also the reality. So we often replace words by other words, like animals become livestock. What does it even mean, livestock? Like the stock of life beings. It's just a trick of from the industry to remove the living being aspect of it from the equation, so that we don't think about it. Like for example, when we go to the market, we will see beef. We will not see cow. We will see beef. So what do I want? I want beef. You will not go to the butcher and say, "Could you give me a piece of cow?" It would sound strange, wouldn't it? We say, "Could you give me a piece of beef?" Or another example is veal. Veal are the like baby cows, male baby cows, especially. So that because the industry, the dairy industry doesn't really have any use for the males cows, um, so they maybe I mean the cows babies male, so they send them to the butcher, to the industry of veal, and veal is a baby is basically not basically, it is a baby cow. So when we go to if we go to the butcher and ask, could you give me a baby cow? No, nobody would do that. Could you give me veal? So it's like we try to hide reality. We try to hide what is behind these those words. If we would have to say, could you give me a baby cow? I believe not many people would actually buy it. So the power of words can be tremendous. So we should always use the right words. Even if we eat animals, um, we should use the correct words so that it will remind us um, what they are really in reality. Um, yeah, so we create distance between reality and illusion, basically. And yes, so it's our choice. We vote with our wallet. It's our money. So either we support ethical companies and we avoid the exploitative industries and all the whatever we don't need to buy, we don't buy. That's another aspect. But everything is our choice. With what I mean, it's our money. So if we want to buy a leather jacket, we will buy a leather jacket. If we want to buy a plant-based leather jacket, we will buy a plant-based leather jacket. If we are aware of what's happening behind the scene, there's more chance that we would buy like a plant-based item, which is much more ethical, and it's very important for the animals, for the planets. So yeah, so at least we should, even if we are not vegans or plant-based, then at least consider this aspect and try to minimize this. Then at least we go in the right direction. So it's, I want to say, all about moving in the right direction. So minimizing those products and being very responsible is very important. And yeah, as said, it's not about perfection, but it's about doing the best that we can to align with our values. And yeah, so next time that we go to the supermarket, let's be very mindful of it. Before buying anything, look for the ingredients, look for the labels. Does it say vegan, cruelty free, or not? Some products are clearly like vegans. We don't, do not even have vegan label because maybe they have just one product, one ingredient. But others are much less um, visible. What's inside them, what used to create them. And yes, so we try to care um, for the planet and for all beings. Um, and yeah, and also, so it's not only about just animal-based ingredients. There's also some concepts that are important for protecting the planet. So the planet and the beings on it is inseparable. That's why sustainability is very important. Also, we try to have less waste by in minimal packaging, composting, and trying to avoid as much as possible single-use plastics. And nowadays, it's become much more acceptable to not have single-use plastic in many outside like restaurants. They would use, instead of plastic forks, they would use like grilled metal forks or bamboo forks, and then we can try to reuse and repair instead of always buying. We have this consumption mentality in our society where we try to don't try to we buy just for even just for 1 or 2 years, and then we we throw it away and then we buy a new one. Like when the best example maybe is smartphones. like we are like this society um, encourages us to just buy every year a new smartphone, just because maybe the camera is a bit better, a bit more storage, looks a bit better, but basically it's the same functionalities, and there's no reason to buy every year. This is a gigantic waste. It's very good for the companies who sells them, of course. So it's a lot of about money. But yeah, a smartphone can be used for as long until it really gets broken. And this can be many years, 3, 5 years or more. There's no reason to buy anything without it first being broken. Or at least very rarely, unless there is something really important that one needs. But mostly we can buy a good product and use it for a long time. Then we try to use like lower consumption materials. So as we said, buying less, but with greater quality is wonderful. Being conscious traveling like mindfully, and yeah, respecting the natural and habitat where we go, like not polluting the countries where we go to. Like we don't throw plastic everywhere. We behave as for we are in like good how do you say it, good a good person being in like hosted somewhere, yeah, just being like a clean good person wherever we go, being very mindful of the environment. Yes, and there's also, of course, plastics that we try to. Well, we talked a little bit about plastic, but it's a very big topic, because plastics they often end up in the ocean, and then now there's like gigantic oceans, plastics like hubs, and there's like the becomes also it degenerates into microplastics, which goes also in for fishes. They eat those plastics. Or the animal creatures, animal people, they eat those plastics, and they suffer, and the turtles also suffers a lot. So let's try to minimize also, especially single-use plastic, and try to recycle everything that we can and reuse and repair. Yeah, so it's like an evolution. So from veganism is something very deep. It's not just the rules; it's a kind of spiritual practice, a way to move with greater awareness and intention. So it's there are many aspects to it, like so there is mindfulness, compassion, alignment, reflection, and growth. All of it is part of the vegan lifestyle. And then we can ask ourselves, does my life reflect my heart? Whatever I do in life, does it reflect what I really value? Um, and and that can help to really to direct our actions in the right way. So it's a quiet revolution of kindness. Yeah, it's not about moral superiority or judgment. Of course, no one thinks that one is superior to someone else. But it's about being aligning our actions with our ethical standards. Um, so yeah, so we can make superior decisions. That is true, but it's not about being superior. It's not an ego thing. Like I am this, so I am better than anyone else. No, it's more about doing what is right um, for the animals, for the planets, for us, and it's a choice that we have that we can make daily. We can choose to cause less harm. Um, and when many people come together, it has a very strong collective impact. So if something is done like by millions of people, then it becomes really quite powerful. But we should not forget that even one person changing is a gigantic step in the right direction. We should not think that because we are just individuals, we don't have any power. Um, I mean, saying yeah, I am an individual, so I don't make any difference. That's a very wrong way of seeing. If everybody thought that, then there would never be any progress. Every person that switches to a more aligned, compassionately kind, aligned way is gigantic progress. Um, and for oneself and for the environment. So I can think that one's family will be impacted in a good way. It will be inspired rather, and all our friends are inspired, co-workers, even people on the um, um, in the street or other or like cashiers even will see what we buy and then maybe think about it. I remember in one some times ago I went to my bio shop. So the supermarket, so I have a supermarket not far away from my home. I go there like once a week about. And one day I bought some things and then I went to the cashier for and then she looks at everything that I bought and said like oh you eat healthy because she saw I bought only quite like vegan stuff and plant-based and yeah she made this remark. It was just a simple remark and I told her yes well I am vegan and then she responded yes me too and yeah that's how we like became friends. So you see you can become friends in a very unexpected ways with many people when one is doing like something that is right and people will see it even if we don't think they see it when we go to the restaurants and we buy like a plant-based meal then maybe they will think oh this person is plant-based they will try to think about it why and then maybe sometimes they may even ask um, and then we can explain gently and kindly without judgment. So it's yeah, so it's a very wonderful movement. For me, it's the most important movement in all of our short human history. Um, there's nothing like that really. Yeah, it's really it's a very important movement. One could say it bridges all the spiritual practices, even religions, into something that is coherently kind. And in my opinion, all religion should embrace the vegan lifestyle. All the spiritual practices should embrace it. All the spiritual guides should embrace it. All the monks, nuns should embrace it. All the yogis should embrace it. Not because they are forced to, but because that's the right thing to do or to be. because it's all about kindness and compassion. One cannot really like argue with that. So one can argue a lot about being following one or the other practices, like a religion or spiritual practice, but about compassion, how can one argue? So yeah, that's why I think that is the most important movement in all of our history, and it will grow for sure. It will grow by a lot. I hope it will envelop the world, so that this world will see joy and happiness to all beings. So that this world will no longer see wars between humans. That is horrible. Um, yeah. Um, so I pray for that. That would be wonderful. And that's it for today. So that was the daily inspiration, just to extend the vegan lifestyle outside of the diet, outside of the plant-based vision, into a more holistic vision, showing that the vegan lifestyle is not only about food. It is a lot about food. Food is extremely important, but it's not the only thing. There are other things that are extremely important too, related to that, like as we saw, animal testing, for example, stop animal testing, no matter for what reasons. And yeah, the thing that we wear, we should really be very mindful of that. I'm not saying to throw away all the animal. If you have some clothes that are from animals, then throwing them away is also would be wasteful. One can, if one want to change, one can donate them, and then buy some plant-based clothes, or just use them until they wear out, and then buy a plant-based clothes afterwards. But yes, it's something just to be aligned in our hearts about what we do. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's go to our daily practice. So we're going to do the usual sequence. I think by now you start to know it by heart. It's a very logical sequence, as we already talked for quite some time. So let's start. So the first thing to do, like after we wake up, is to give a short prayer. Either a prayer, like existing prayer, like if you're a religious person, then you can pray in your own way. One of the most wonderful prayer is one that we ourselves create or make, like intuitively, interactively, just from our heart. We give the prayer of what comes to our heart, to our mind, to our mouth, or yes, or we follow something like affirmations that are quite good. So what we're going to do is just the following prayer is based on the 5 principles of Reiki, plus an affirmation and one of the very important mantras of yoga linked to universal compassion. So, so we will do that. And feel free to use the same if you wish. I think you can tweak it as you wish, of course. But yeah, something in that spirit. So just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will show gratitude for my many blessings. Just for today, I will be kind to all living beings. May today be a joyful, peaceful, blissful, and magical day. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and deeds contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace to all of nature, peace to all beings, to all humans, to all animals, to the planet, to Gaia, and finally, peace to ourselves, to our own mind. Om. And after prayer, a good idea is to do a short gratitude um, session or meditation, self dialogue, just to to start on the best of foot for the day. So let's do that for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Just being grateful for anything that you wish um, in your life or people's life. Be grateful for teachers, families, parents, clothes, beds, houses, and anything that you can think of. Just being grateful is wonderful. So let's start. So, okay, so now after the prayer and gratefulness, then we do a little bit of physical exercises. Again, it's a very simple one, just a couple of minutes to unlock the joints, to um, to make it easier for us to meditate afterwards. So let's just do a very simple one, like we did most days. Just first the what is called the Sufi rolls. So just inhale forward, exhale back in a circle. Feel free to do something more physical if you are used to it. The other way. Come back to center. Then inhale, exhale. Then one hand on the mat, then one hand top. The other way. Back to center. Inhale, exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, turn a bit more. Come back to center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, turn a bit more. And come back to center. Hands on the shoulders, then inhale up. Exhale back. The other way. And come back to center. Then just move, rotate your hands. And just extend your legs and then just stretch them. And hold your legs in a lozenge. No, like this, and then just fold forward very, very gently. Don't push, just let go. So fold forward towards your foot. And slowly come back. So that concludes our physical exercise portion of the practice. It's always good to do a little bit of physical exercise, even if one doesn't feel like it. before meditation, it just makes it easier than to meditate, because one will feel less pain or discomfort in the body if one does some physical exercise before. And basically, that's the whole reasons of all the physical exercises, just so that we can meditate in an easier and more, more comfortable position and posture. So now we move to the relaxation part. So so we're going to continue the 41 points still. Um, One really needs to master it before going further. And what does it mean to master? It's really to be able to focus on each points in a fully mindful way. So it's really like a mindfulness practice where we focus on those points in a really fully. We don't want, thoughts can come, but we don't follow them. We just focus so much on those points that they take the entire life, so to speak. Yeah, so we will do it twice, like always. We will do it once together, and then once by yourself. So just find a comfortable position. You can do it lying down also. Then just take a few deep breaths from the mouth, from the nose. Sorry, not from the mouth. We should always try to breathe in from the nose and breathe out from the nose, not from the mouth. As we said, the mouth is for speaking and eating, and the nose is for breathing. The mouth is only for breathing in emergencies. So if we have a blocked nose, then we can use the mouth. Otherwise, we should breathe from the nostrils in any case. So a few deep breaths from the nose and out from the nose. Try to relax your shoulders and your navel, your face, your head. Relax your torso, your back, hips, legs, feet. And now breathe naturally. And let's start. So bring your entire awareness to the space between the eyebrows. Imagine a beautiful blue star there. Every time we're going to go to a new point, then this star is going to follow us to that point. So move your awareness to the pit of the throat, to the right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, tip of the right thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, pit of the throat, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, tip of the left thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, pit of the throat, middle of the chest, right chest, middle of the chest, left chest, and middle of the chest. And relax. And now do the same by yourself. Take maybe 2 or 3 seconds per point. And slowly open your eyes. So this was the relaxation part. Then we move to the pranayama. So in pranayama, we will do similarly to yesterday. To the days before, just a little bit further. So starting with like a breath awareness again. The breath should be very smooth. No jerks. Like when we inhale, it's very, very, very smoothly. There's no pauses in the top, no pauses at the bottom, because it's a controlled breath. It's not a natural breath, which is why we do this. And yeah, no pauses, no noise, as silent as possible. Unless one has a blocked nose, then of course it's okay. And we try to breathe diaphragmatically from the diaphragm, meaning everything else should be very relaxed. And it's a very natural breath where we just breathe in and then our belly expands, it then comes in, but it doesn't really go up. Above, it's really, it doesn't move almost. And that is the natural breath, it's the diaphragmatic breath. Sometimes we are not used to it because we are in a very stressed world. So, and we have habits in the daily habits where we start to breathe in, especially our shoulders are at the top. Then it's hard to breathe in. We don't breathe in fully. So the idea is really to relax and just to breathe in without tension. And now we're going to breathe in a bit more than yesterday. So yesterday it was 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. Today it will be 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. If that is too much, go back to 3 or even to 2. Do whatever is more convenient to you. But if you can 4, let's try to do 4. So like 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. We're going to do it for a couple of minutes again. And yeah, starting now. And now we move to the second part, which is the breathing in X seconds and breathing out 2X seconds. And we're going to do a bit further than before. So before it was breathe in 2 and out 4. Now we're going to do breathe in 3 and out 6. Please be very mindful. If that is too much for you, go back to 2 and 4. And yeah, especially if you are pregnant, I believe this should be fine, but you know better. So always follow your heart and what your body tells you, and don't go too deep, too far away in this practice. Always doing whatever is right for you, no matter what any teacher is telling you. So if that is not too much, let's try 3 seconds in and 6 seconds out this time. So let's start now. So this concludes this part. So in this part, you should feel quite relaxed. The idea is really to relax the breath, relax the mind, and relax the breath, body, and mind. Um, Especially when we breathe like that, very slow breath. The breath become quite slow and calm, then the mind will naturally follow. Because the breath and the mind are very much interlinked. If the mind is calm, the breath will be calm. If the breath is calm, the mind will calm. So we can work with calming the mind by calming the breath. Yeah. So now before we continue, let's just take a 5 minutes break. See you soon. So, um, so, um, so let's continue. So let's continue with Nadi Shodhanam or Anuloma Viloma, which is the alternate nostril breathing. So now we're going to do the second type. So we did for 10 days the first type, which is a reminder. It's just when we exhale from one side, then inhale from the other, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, then exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. That's one round. Now we're going to do the second type for 10 days. And that is just so from going from one side, just exhale, inhale, switch, 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 exhale, inhale. So again, it's 6 inhalation, 6 exhalation in total. Yeah, so it's the same number of exhalation, inhalation, just a different pattern. Before that, it was a bit moving around. Now it's more condensed, concentrated in one nostril. And yeah, so we'll do it together one time, and then you will do it for 3 rounds, where each round starts on the other nostril. So first we start on one, then we do everything, then we start on the other, we do everything, then we start again on the first one and do everything. So yeah, so let's do it together. So again, Vishnu Mudra, you bend the index and the middle finger, you use the thumb and the ring to block the nostrils. Yeah, so let's do this. So inhale, exhale, inhale to start. Block right, exhale from left. Inhale from left. Switch, exhale from right. Inhale from right. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. And relax. So now we're all going to do it individually. We're going to do 3 rounds. Between each round, it's good to take a short break of 10-15 seconds just to feel and then to do continue. So just reminder, so again, start from one nostril. So always start with the exhalation and end with the inhalation. That's how you can try to remember things better. So imagine start from left. So exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale. Um, um, yeah, so basically it's 3 times, well, it depends how you see it, but it's 6 inhalation, 6 exhalation. So yeah, so let's do it. Then you do one round, and then when it's finished, stop for 10-15 seconds, and then do it on the other side, starting from the other side, and then third time start from the same as the first round. So yeah, let's do it now. Okay, so now we continue with another lovely practice, which is the primary. It is very easy. Just close the mouth and make like a sound, like and yeah, that is very relaxing to the nervous system, to the whole body and mind. So just inhale from the nose. Let me make the sound. And yeah, if you choose like a low tone, then we'll feel it stronger in the like your chest will vibrate. And yeah, you choose the tone that you wish, and let's do that for a couple of minutes. So that concludes our pranayama for today. And now we move to self-dialogue as usual. Before meditation, we do a bit of self-dialogue. Can be anywhere between 3 minutes and 15 minutes or more. Just to let the steam out of the mind. So again, just reminder what we can choose. Rapid reminder. I'll not go in depth. I already did that in the past. So first is prayer. Prayer is a self-dialogue. Can be either. Usually, if you do it in a self-dialogue way, then it's more like we pray from our heart, whatever we want to say, we want to pray to, then we do. Another practice is gratitude, like we did before, but maybe more in depth, more things to be grateful for. It'd be wonderful. The more grateful we are, the it's an exercise in humility, seeing that we depend on many beings for our welfare. We are not alone in this world. We cannot live without the help of others. For so many things, people like create all those clothes and some carpenter created the bed, and some farmers plucked some fruits, and etc. So gratefulness is amazing. Then the other possibility is to higher truths, like who am I? Like pondering on that question, and whatever comes up, comes up. Like thinking, who am I really? Am I really this body? Am I my profession? Am I my physical look? My weight? Am I really this? No, this is just outer costume. Very, very important. Very important to keep safe and sound. Because it's a gift. It's a very rare gift that we have been given to have a human body. It's not easy to get and to have. So means we have done a lot of good things in the past to receive this gift. So we should be grateful for that. And yeah, thinking who am I? But for this is a gift. We are not that. We are something else entirely. We are consciousness. We are awareness, which uses this body to work in this world. Because without this body, we cannot function in this physical world. So we use this instrument, both the instrument of the body and the mind, in order to do whatever we need to do in this world, to evolve spiritually, to be kind, to learn kindness and compassion to all beings. That's a major things that we need to learn in this world. So yeah, it's good to have a body, but we need to know that we are not the body. And then we have self-counseling. What do I want? What do I want in life? Mainly, one part of it at least. Talking with ourselves to like a counsel, like self-counseling. What do I want in life? My goals, aspirations, how to achieve that, what I should do, shouldn't do, which habit I should develop, which habit I should leave. So yeah, that is the self-counseling possibility. And then we have another one is just friendship with mind. So just being friend with the mind and goofing around, just talking with our what should be our best friend. The mind is the only entity, so to speak, that is always with us at all time, 24 hours on 24. So we should have great respect for this mind. The mind is a beautiful, powerful instrument. But like all instruments, it should be directed in the right way. So all instruments can be used for doing good things or bad things. So so being friendly with the mind is trying to be to use this instrument in a positive way and to befriend it. So the mind is so powerful. The subconscious is amazingly big. Awareness is just one part of it. So yeah, so friendship with man. Just talk with the man about anything that you desire, that you wish. So yeah, those are the options. Possibly you have other options as well that would be positive. As long as it is positive, that would be right. And we are going to do it for about 15 minutes. So since it's like a practice, we should have, similar to meditation, a stable and comfortable position. We should avoid moving if possible. But moving is okay in this. It's not really the meditation part, but still it should be if possible, be stable, not move, and just ponder, self-dialogue, as simple as that. Talk whatever comes to your mind, whatever you wish to talk. It should be a lot of fun talk. It should be positive and kind. So let's start now. So that was the self dialogue part. And before we go to the meditation, let's take 5 minutes break. Okay, so let's do our usual practice of for the meditation part, which is Kaya followed by breath awareness. A very simple practice, but very good. So Kaya Kaya means body, Shteriam means stability. Um, so being like stable with the mind or not moving. It's a practice that is quite important because we want to calm the mind, but it's not easy to calm the mind. So we use some other means, like stilling the body, stilling the breath, and that in turn stills the mind. Um, so um, so let's do it for this time for just 12 minutes. So I will guide it this time, and then we do the same thing but without guidance. So just let's start now. So find a comfortable sitting position. Try not to move as much as possible. You can, in the beginning, just find your comfort zone. Um, and yeah, and even if there's a niche, try not to scratch. Just watch it, and you'll see that it will go away. And if not, just scratch and return to meditation. Yeah, so close your eyes, take a few deep breaths in the nose, out of the nose. Bring your awareness to your right leg, right foot, lower leg, upper leg, right hip. Relax your entire right leg. Now bring your awareness to your left foot, left lower leg, upper leg, left hip, and your entire left leg is fully relaxed. Both legs are relaxed. Imagine you're like a tree, and your roots flow down from your legs to the center of the earth. Then relax your back, lower back, middle back, upper back, your chest, abdomen, shoulders. Relax your right hand, right lower arm, upper arm, and the entire arm together. Relax your left hand, left lower arm, upper arm, entire arm. Relax both arms together. Relax your neck, shoulders, throat, back of the head, top of the head, forehead. Relax your eyebrows, temples, ears, eyes, Relax your nose, nostrils, your lips, tongue, chin and jaw. Relax your entire face, entire head, and your entire body is relaxed, like a tree, stable but flexible. And now start the awareness of breath, just being aware of the breath and the sensation of the air coming in and out of the nostrils. So now we move to the last meditation of the day, the morning. It's we're going to do it for 20 minutes, and so I'm not going to guide it. So it's a completely silent practice. So what you do is just do the same thing as we did before. So body awareness, body stability, trying not to move, trying first to do a body scan, very short body scan of from feet to head, and then so that we see why do we do it, just to see which part is relaxed, which part should be is tensed, so that we can relax it. We bring attention to all over the body just to fully relax it, because relaxation is a big part of meditation. It's hard to meditate if we are not relaxed. So that's what we start with, just a rapid body scan, and then we do the breath awareness. Breath awareness, again, to start with, we can count. It's like inhale 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, then back to 1, and so on. Or when we inhale in and when we exhale out, but always without control. So it's always being fully letting the breath do what it wishes. If the breath is short, it's short. If it's long, it's long. We don't judge it, and we don't control it. And if thoughts come, a good idea is to think like thinking, and then go back. That way, we block. We cut through the thoughts patterns, and then we go back to watching the breath, the sensations of the air coming out of in and out of the nostrils. That's our object of concentration for this meditation. So let's do that. You can first stretch your legs so that if there's any pain or anything, just relax them. And we start in a couple of seconds. So let's start. So that concludes the meditation session. So just to recap, so today we saw a presentation on the different aspects of the vegan lifestyle. It goes far beyond just the diet, just the food. So the vegan lifestyle is it's not like a diet; it's a lifestyle that aims to open our hearts to compassion and kindness to all living beings. Um, Even a little way goes a long way. Little thing goes a long way. Um, yeah, so it permeates everything. Permeates what we buy, the clothes that we wear. Um, we don't want anything tested on animals because that's very cruel and unnecessary. Um, yeah, we want to be careful about the places where we visit. If a circus comes to town and it has animals, wild animals, that is not right, and so on and so forth. So it's really a very holistic um, lifestyle practice. Can be seen as spiritual practice also, because spiritual practice is a big part of it is to become more virtuous, and it's hard to find something more virtuous than being kind to all living beings. Basically, that's what it is all about. So yes. So today I recommend another documentary, lovely documentary um, that I saw. I think recently, not that long ago. And for the daily challenge, it's just to eat free fruits today. Um, Sometimes in modern times we don't eat a lot of fruits, raw fruits, I mean, and fruits are the most purest of food. Um, it's pure energy, pure. It's like nature candy, um, and yeah, we probably don't eat as much as we should. So maybe we can try to eat just free fruits today, at least, or more. Yes, so thank you very much for being here and for your compassionate hearts, all of you. And I hope it was useful as a session. Um, and yeah, I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.